Jake Paul couldn't believe it. 2 years ago, Dana White had slammed the door in his face, banning him from all UFC events. The tension between them wasn't just personal, it was explosive. Jake had called out the UFC for underpaying their fighters, a direct shot at White's empire. Dana fired back, accusing Paul of using steroids, mocking his entire boxing career, and making sure no UFC fighter would ever face him in the ring. It was war. And like all wars, it was about to get personal. The last straw came when Paul challenged UFC light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira to a boxing match. Dana White shut it down immediately, laughing off the idea. There was no way Jake Paul would get close to Pereira, or any UFC fighter for that matter. Or so Dana thought. Fast forward to UFC 306. Jake wasn't just going to sit this one out, not when his good friend and business partner, Sean O'Malley, was headlining against Merab Dvalishvili. Paul had partnered with O'Malley to launch their body care brand, W, and he wasn't about to let a little thing like a ban stop him from supporting his friend. So, he came up with a plan. A wild, risky, and ridiculous plan, but exactly the kind of thing you'd expect from Jake Paul. If he couldn't legally walk through the doors, he'd disguise himself and sneak in, and that's exactly what he did. Paul dressed up as an old man, complete with a gray wig, glasses, and a cane. He shuffled past security, fooling everyone with his new identity. The ultimate twist? He sat just rows behind Dana White, who was completely unaware of the stunt unfolding right under his nose. Pereira even walked past Jake, completely oblivious. "I'm about to sneak into the sphere," Paul later revealed in footage of the event. 2 years ago, I was banned from all UFC events by Dana White. But since my best buddy Sean O'Malley was fighting for a world championship, I had to be there. But if I'm gonna illegally sneak in, I need a disguise, and a good one. Little did Sean know that I was gonna sneak in to watch him. But there's another problem. I'm risking going to jail if I get caught. Can you imagine the mugshot? It was a high-stakes move that could have ended with Paul in cuffs. But luck, or maybe his knack for stirring the pot, was on his side. He watched the fight undetected, right under the noses of UFC brass. It was a victory in itself, a major win for Paul in his ongoing feud with Dana White. But while Jake was winning his undercover game, things didn't go as well for O'Malley. Inside the octagon, Sean faced a relentless Dvalishvili. The fight was one-sided, and O'Malley lost his UFC bantamweight title in a crushing, unanimous decision defeat. Though the night didn't end in glory for O'Malley, Jake Paul remained undeterred. His eyes were already set on his next big fight. On November 15th, he'd be stepping into the ring against none other than Mike Tyson. Paul had beaten UFC security. Now he had his sights on beating a legend. The question was, could he do it? One thing was clear. Jake Paul wasn't just a YouTube star anymore. He was a disruptor, a rule breaker, and someone who thrived on chaos. And whether people loved him or hated him, they couldn't stop watching. The saga of Jake Paul versus the world was far from over.